for our segment on the devastating and deadly coronavirus.
The most recent CDC data reported a total of 2,462 deaths, and the number keeps growing by the hour. Anyone could be at a great risk.
The CDC has also reported that the majority of the people dying are elderly people and infants, or people with prior respiratory problems, so not everyone is at a great risk of dying. A case in Georgia involving a man that has just come back from Italy and showed symptoms has cleared up. He has no more symptoms.
The common symptoms are respiratory problems, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and possibly death.
So even if you don't die from the coronavirus, the symptoms are very unhelpful for your daily life and is very contagious, with an infection rate spreading the virus up to 2 people.
With this high of an infection rate, cases of the coronavirus have been found on all continents except Antarctica, and there have been a total of 78,811 confirmed cases so far.
Now looking at previous viruses similar to the coronavirus, we can see that one of them is MERS, which stands for Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome.
The symptoms are severe acute respiratory illness, fever, cough, shortness of breath. The infection rate is about 17.5% of people. Many people that get it do not end up dying and can survive if they have the right medical treatment.
Even though it is very possible to survive from MERS, not many people can reach quality medical care in the Middle East, which made the death rate about 3 or 4 people out of 10.
MERS only infected 2,494 people, which is clearly many less people than the coronavirus infected. And this is because MERS, unlike the coronavirus, stayed in 3 general areas of the world: the Middle East, United States, and Korea.
The virus that people underestimate the most is the flu. It has infected roughly 32 million people this season. Each person infects about 2.5 other people when they are sick.
In this flu season alone, there have been 14,000 deaths associated with the flu, this with all continents having at least one case of the flu. This shows you how deadly the flu can be. We need to be very scared of getting flu because there is a serious risk of death. If you feel any of the flu symptoms, you should go immediately to the nearest doctor so you can get treatment.
Speaking of that, the symptoms are fever or feeling feverish chills, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, muscle or body aches, headaches, fatigue. Some people may even have vomiting and diarrhea. If you feel any of the symptoms, then talk to a medical professional. Also, most people don't know how the flu really kills you.
The flu can kill you when the flu virus causes such overwhelming inflammation in the person's lungs that they die due to respiratory failure. It also weakens their immune system, so it is easier for them to get other conditions. It is very contagious, so you need to make sure that you wash your hands as much as possible. If you use hand sanitizer, make sure that you wash your hands shortly after.
Seeing this, we can see that people in America are more at risk of getting the flu than coronavirus or MERS. If we all just cover our mouths, then when we cough and wash our hands, we can stay safe. Thanks for watching.